Two men, one track, and a waffle iron. They weren't building a business, they were chasing speed. Today, I want to talk about the brand that forgot to breathe. The year was 1964. Bill Bowerman, a relentless University of Oregon track coach, was obsessed with helping his athletes run faster. And Phil Knight, one of his runners, had a vision to create a shoe that was lighter, cheaper, and made in a way that challenged the dominance of German brands. Together, they launched Blue Ribbon Sports, selling shoes from the trunk of a car. But in 1971, they rebranded, and Nike was born, named after the Greek goddess of victory. In the early 1970s, Bill Bowman was experimenting with ways to create a lighter, better gripping sole for running shoes. And one morning, while watching his wife make waffles, he had an idea. The grid pattern of the waffle iron could be used to mold rubber soles that would improve traction and reduce weight. He literally poured rubber into waffle iron in his kitchen, and that led to the creation of the first Nike, the Waffle Trainer, which revolutionized running shoes, and Nike never looked back. From that humble innovation came a legacy. In 1980s, Nike went public. The Air Jordan became a cultural icon. 1990s to 2000, Nike expanded globally, the rise of Nike women, and game-changing ads. Today, over 50 billion in annual revenue, with Nike gear worn by everyone from Olympic champions to everyday athletes. But beneath all the glory, we must ask, are we still running in the right direction, especially for the people behind the brand? In 2018, Nike's internal culture hit a turning point. What was once the world's most iconic sports brand became the center of headlines, not for its products, but for its people. A wave of resignation exposed what many had quietly endured. A toxic male-dominated culture where women felt undervalued, feedback was ignored, and career pathways were murky at best. Behind the slogan, "Just do it," were employees asking, "Do what?" if no one listens. Culture is not what you write on the walls, but it's what allow you to happen in the halls. And in 2018, Nike allowed too much silence, and the silence turned into exits. Over 5,000 pages of legal documents and internal employee surveys have exposed a deeply troubling culture within Nike, marked by reports of sexist attitudes, corporate bullying, and fear of retaliation. Female employees described being told by male colleagues to dress sexier, while one reported detailed a disturbing incident involving a senior executive allegedly engaging in sexual activity in the company gym. One manager was even quoted saying, "No one cares about female empowerment." At executive level, insiders reported a pattern of favoritism, where inappropriate behavior was ignored and a male-dominated leadership circle shielded itself from accountability. For many women, attempts to raise concerns went nowhere. Several employees expressed a complete lack of trust in human resources, with one stating plainly, "HR at this company is a joke." These aren't isolated incidents. They reveal a systemic pattern, one that leadership can no longer afford to overlook. They stay, but they don't grow. And when your best people stop believing in your culture, they quietly walk out the door. That's what Nike's ENPS of plus 26 is quietly telling us. ENPS isn't just a number, it tells us how many employees are truly engaged and how many are silently disconnected. For context, Google scores plus 48, while Unilever scores plus 38, both known for listening to their people. So what does Nike's lower score reveal? It means employees don't feel seen or heard. And when that happens, they don't innovate, they disengage. ENPS links directly to retention, creativity, and team performance. When engagement drops, so does everything else. And for a brand built on innovation, that's more than HR's problem. It's a business risk. Let me introduce you to Sophia. She joined Nike full of energy, top of her class, driven, creative, and deeply inspired by Nike's purpose. From day one, she gave her all. Her team hit targets, her ideas improved processes, and her work ethic stood out. But over time, Sophia noticed something. While others were moving up, she remained stuck. No one offered her a mentor. Feedback came rarely, if at all. Sophia began to disengage. She stopped volunteering ideas. She spoke less in meetings. She started looking elsewhere. And within 18 months, she was gone. Not to a competitor, but to a smaller firm that promised her mentorship and leadership coaching. Nike didn't conduct an exit interview. No one asked why she left. And just like that, Nike lost a future leader without ever realizing what it cost. Herzberg's theory tells us there are two sides to employee satisfaction. The first one is hygiene factors that prevent dissatisfaction and motivators that drive engagement. Nike delivers well on hygiene. We offer great salaries, stunning campuses, discounts, and wellness perks, but those don't inspire innovation or loyalty. Where we fall short is in the motivation factors, such as purpose, recognition, and growth. Programs like Nike U exist, but they often feel like check-the-box activities. There's no tailored development, no clear career paths, and limited cross-functional learning. Feedback is inconsistent. The tacit knowledge our people gain, the instinct, insights, and lessons from real experience stays trapped. There's no system to turn that into shared growth. Until we invest in learning as a culture, not just a platform, we'll keep losing potential we never realized we had. So by using the Gallup Q12 framework, we can understand what truly drives engagement, from the basics, clarity, and resources to recognition, development, and long-term growth. At Nike, we do well on the bottom tier, basic needs. Employees know their roles and we provide the tools to do the job. But as we move up the pyramid, the cracks starts to show. In the individual contribution layer, recognition is inconsistent and opportunities to do meaningful work are often unclear, especially for women at mid-level talent. In the teamwork tier, trust and communication were seriously damaged by the 2018 culture scandal. Psychological safety remains fragile, and at the very top, growth, we fall short. There's no structured mentoring, feedback loops are weak, and learning often feels like a checkbox, not a career path. When these needs to go unmet, engagement drops, and when engagement drops, innovation, retention, and performance suffer. To lead the world in sport, we need to lead in the people, and that starts by listening to what engagement actually looks like. If Nike wants to stay ahead, it can't just invest in products. It must invest in people. I recommend launching the Nike People Accelerator, a 12-month program to identify, grow, and retain high-potential mid-level talent. So it would identify diverse talent across functions and regions, pair them with senior mentors, and evaluate them on both performance and people impact. This isn't just a training, it's a cultural shift. A message that at Nike, growth is intentional, feedback matters, and leadership is built, not assumed. We train our athletes with belief and coaching. So now it's time we do the same for our people. Nike's strategy wins medals, but culture is starving, and no brand can outrun a broken culture. So let's rebuild trust. Let's give our people breath. Let's just do it. Thank you for your attention. My name is Krishna.